In Marshall, like many East Texas cities, it is illegal to set off fireworks. But according to their fire marshal, they were going off all over town on the 4th of July, causing damage like this. As KLTV7's Jamie Boyum tells us, fireworks are to blame for thousands of dollars in damage to 3 city parks.
Marshall Fire Marshal Scott Barmore looks for burns in the basketball court at Wyatt Park in Marshall.
It's not uncommon. We've had house fires over the years, or we've had grass fires. This year was the first of us having any damage to our parks.
Barmore says they were busy with numerous fireworks calls on July 4th.
We did receive a call at about 12:30 midnight, which would have been the 5th at that point, on some fireworks being shot at Wyatt Park.
He and 3 police officers responded.
We did spot individuals on the court. We did see fireworks on the court. We saw a few small fountains still going off, and then we saw the individuals run.
He says they seized fireworks left behind, like
smoke bombs, things that sit in one area and like spin on the ground and get real hot. There were artillery shells.
There were several burns on the court and at least 1 melted divot. But at Marshall's Airport Park, the damage to new AstroTurf was worse.
They look a little bit more aggressive than the court here.
In February, AstroTurf installation was completed on 11 fields. 1 now has burn spots.
I do know it affects ball play.
This field has not been used since July 4th weekend when the damage occurred. Barmore says at City Park, across from the fire station, fireworks burned an outside wall of the restroom. Marshall Parks and Recreation Director Marina Garcia Heredia is looking into the damage.
Well, these types of things happen. It's just disheartening for us because, again, it's taxpayer money that gets these things out there, so it's their basketball court, it's their field that we're having to deal with these things for.
Jamie Boyum, KLTV 7 News.
It's a shame. The city believes those repairs will cost about $7,000 and tell us the perpetrators could face criminal charges.